Hi, I'm Greg Ebie, and I'm excited about the opportunity to come and be with your church family. You know, the First Faith is a Jude 1:3 ministry. Our heart's cry is the same as that as the Apostle Jude, who wrote to first century believers saying that he was eager to share with them the gospel, but felt compelled by the Spirit that he would encourage them to earnestly contend for the faith that was once for all delivered to the saints. What does it mean for you and me to contend for the faith? In Jude's short letter of only 25 verses, he shows us what I call the ABCs of contending. A, we need to learn what it means to abide in the faith. Have you ever watched a fly fisherman? They will respond to the smallest tug on the line, and that's how they catch fish. I, on the other hand, don't know the first thing about fishing, and I'm just going to be out there drowning worms. We need to respond to the still small voice of the Spirit, and Jude shows us how to follow the direction of God so that we are not led astray. Secondly, we need to beware those who would pervert the faith. Within the first 100 years of church history, already there were those who had crept into the faith, and Jude was encouraging believers to examine those who were coming into their churches, that they would not be deceived and led astray to follow a false faith. You and I likewise need to test the ministries, the messages that are being delivered to us through television and the media and radio, as well as those that come into our own churches. Do we know what it means to test with authenticity the first faith and know what is true? That's the heart of contending. But there is a surprise in Jude's short little letter as well, that not only do we need to look at teachers in general, but we also have to begin with examining our own hearts, because it's within our hearts that we too might be led astray to deceive others. And then finally, C, we have to contend for the faith without being contentious. When we look across the Christian landscape, we see a whole variety of Christian churches that all claim to hold to the Christian faith or the gospel. And yet, if we could simplify the expression of all Christian faith to a simple equation like 2 + 2 = 4, we would quickly realize that with all the various differences that we have, in some way, shape, or form, something has been added to or subtracted from the first faith that Jesus gave. You see, he established the faith, a faith that was given once for all. It's not a faith among many, but it is a faith that endures for all time. Are we willing to allow the Holy Spirit, who was given to guide and direct us in all truth, to help us know the first faith? The reality is, the starting place is to center on the cornerstone of our faith, Jesus, because it is the truth about Jesus is the faith that is written in blood that establishes and upholds our salvation. Well, I'm looking forward to being with you and your church family. I pray God's blessing upon your pastor and your ministry as you reach out to your community, that they might know Jesus and find salvation. Be sure to invite your friends and family to join us so that they might hear this message and might have an opportunity to come to faith. We'll see you soon.